I think that's a good composition. Got the blinds. I don't know if it's gonna be weird that I'm not looking at the camera, but it's like the abyss into the light of who I am. Oh, and this is my gay cup. I don't know if you guys have read Death Note. It's pretty good. Read, not watch. I don't watch anime. I'm just kidding. No, I watched it. I didn't read it. But the art is incredible. The art is beautiful, and the guy who drew it, whoever it is out there, it's pretty interesting that it's common for like a mangaka to write and draw the manga. That's really like, I think everything is so streamlined in America that it's pretty rare for something like that to happen, because it's usually like, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but in America it's like color, writing, penciling, inking, wording, whatever, which who cares. Someone said I look like Joan of Arc today. A portrait painting of Joan of Arc. And I don't think she had a nose this big, but I'll take it. But looking back, I think the guy was calling me a twink. This week I've been thinking about the enemy of the good. And it's perfection. But I think perfection is strange because it doesn't really exist in the creative field. You know, like, it's, perfection is necessary in mathematics, it's necessary in science, and because of that, because of how perfection is forced in society, I gotta stop saying society, because it's just, it makes me sound like a fucking, it just makes me sound dumb. But there's this craving for perfection, or being able to define it as that in society, and in a creative field. Like, when I started drawing isn't my job, but when I started drawing, it's what I like to do. It's what I do in my free time. It's better than scrolling. Okay? When I started drawing, I took the route that a rational person would take, and I bought the books. I mean, I bought the fucking Michael Hampton. Wait, is that his name? Oh shit. I bought this, and that's great. This is the best. This is like the Bible for anyone that wants to learn how to draw the body. But I bought the books, I took the courses, and I did everything but draw what I wanted to draw. Because in my mind, I wasn't good enough yet. Dude, please, for anyone out there, in anything, do not believe, not even tell yourself, don't believe that you are not good enough to do what you want to do. Because after literal years, that might be an exaggeration, like a year or two, I just like, I was in bed one night and I was just thinking, like, I really want to do this. This is what I want to do. I'm fulfilled. I know that the chance, the possibility of fulfillment is there, but I haven't found it yet, and I don't know where it is, and I'm looking so hard for it. Or actually, I wasn't looking at all. I was just like tunnel vision in the route that I assumed was the only route you could take. And then it hit me, I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not even drawing what I want to draw. I'm drawing fucking studies of a body. I'm doing portrait studies. That is the craziest truck I've ever seen. Okay. I'm doing portrait studies. It was like half red and half camo with shit in the back of it. But I'm doing portrait studies. I'm doing studies. Study, 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 study. I'm doing studies. But I'm not applying my studies to anything. So that renders the study pointless. You've learned nothing, man. You just have to create what you want to create. Because the reason you hate your art, this is a quote. I don't remember the tweet, but someone said it. It's actually important. It's on my website if you guys want to go check it out. I actually wouldn't. People hate their art because it looks like they made it. They think if they got better, it will stop looking like they made it. A better person made it. But there's no level of skill beyond which you stop being you. You hate the most valuable thing about your art. That's important. Oh man, I bet you guys can't even hear me. That is the most important thing about your art. It's that you do it. It's your decisions. And when you take the correct route, I think it's important, because I'm not saying you can just throw fucking paint and find yourself. I'm not saying that, but the route we take kind of cripples our ability to do that. And I don't know, man, it's just like I've been more fulfilled than I ever have been making art. But it's something that like if you look at my art, it's something that doesn't have the aura of fundamental perfection or fundamental mastery. It doesn't have, like, the anatomy isn't perfect on purpose. It could be, it might be lacking to some people because I don't like color, and it may even, like, most people might not even consider it good, but it's creating the black and white art that I've been doing on, like, really small canvases. That, like, when I look back at it, I'm actually like happy with the way it looks, and that was never the case for me until recently. And oh, man, it's just strange that it took me this long to get here, because I don't think because money isn't, like, I'm not going to sit here and say money is I don't need it, I'm above it, but it is important in society. And I think a good measure to whether your art, I don't know, I mean, fucking Van Gogh died, bro, and he okay, fuck the money part, it doesn't matter. But I'm more fulfilled than I ever have been when making art. And it's if like the average person would compare everything I've made, they wouldn't be picking the stuff that leaves me the most fulfilled and rating it higher than maybe other stuff I've done. But that's what I feel the best doing. And it's really satisfying to finally feel that way and look back at something and be like, damn, that's actually like everything I want to do, everything I've wanted to do in the past. And it's something that I know, because I think being yourself and allowing, I think, okay, this is going to get like crazy, but I think ideas are a literal blessing from God. And I think ideas are a blessing from God. And in an artist's lifetime, it's rare for even one thing to gain, like, there will always be one thing you make that will be tied to who you are as an artist for the rest of your life. Da Vinci did a million things. He's a god. He did a million things in every realm, right? He did so much, but the majority of people, if you're known worldwide, there's going to be one thing that people attribute to who you are. Da Vinci, Mona Lisa, okay? Michelangelo, I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about these guys because they've just done so much. And so much time has passed that even if someone was known as only being the guy that sculpted David, over time it's like, that just ramps up. Ah, man. Monet, water lilies. Monet did a lot of good stuff. Water lilies, okay? What's another example? Otomo. You can't even talk about manga because it's like their life work. It's like their literal life's work. Kintaro, Otomo, all these guys, they dedicate which is so like commendable, man. Just dedicating your life to one story, bro. I fluctuate between interests every fucking day. These guys are building one story their entire lives. Kintaro died. He didn't even finish it. Dude. Man. Maybe there's a level of comfort within that. What the fuck? Maybe there's a level of comfort within that is, I don't know. That's so fucking, like, commendable, man. But, yeah, I don't think good exists. Good is not negotiable. There is a huge difference between bad and good. But good is not perfect. And I think that's the misconception most people have. It's, well, I like the painting, but like the anatomy of the arm is not correct. That does not fucking matter. Okay? That does literally that could not matter less. Unless it's a fucking like Watts Atelier arm study. Like, yeah, okay, maybe then. But bro, it does not matter. If you're the one creating the art, right? If you're employed by a studio or a company, they have every right to tell you what to do and tell you that's not right. You got to change that. That's fine. I'm talking about creating art for yourself because you enjoy it and min-maxing your pneuma, like trying to structure your process, the way you think about art, the way you make art, in the like trying to structure that in the most fulfilling way possible. And I'm not talking about discipline, like if you want to get good at something, you have to do it every day. I'm talking about how to actually enjoy it and how to not be like stuck in this fucking pit of despair in terms of studying. Because man, if you really think you're not good enough right now, you'll never be. That's another thing. This is probably the biggest realization in that regard. When you study, you're practicing the specific skill that you're studying. So anatomy, color, form, whatever the fuck it is. When you go to create something original, that in itself is a skill that you've been neglecting the whole time. So if I could go back, I would obviously be studying because I need those fundamentals to create what's in my head. But I was neglecting the skill of creating original art. So in the fucking, I'm not gonna say journey. As I'm walking down the path of, that's so, dude, you can't talk about creation without sounding so fucking dumb. as you're walking down the path of creation. No, man, I'm not saying that. Just think of something else real quick. I'm not editing this. As you're in the process of getting better. I'm such an idiot, man. I just keep fucking killing my train of thought. Just to be funny. It's not even funny, man. As you're in the process of getting better, you're doing everything you think you should do. And once you reach a point where once you reach the point where you finally feel comfortable enough to do what you want to do, then you instantly realize, I don't know how to do it. Because that is a skill. Life is like RuneScape. Everything in life is a skill. Thinking is a skill. Eating is a skill. Living is a skill. Okay? But in life, skilling from 1 to 10 is way harder than 10 to 99. It's like the opposite. So yeah. Did I talk about that thing Morrissey said about Joan of Arc? He was like, I know how she felt when she was melting, which is really insane. I knew how Joan of Arc was feeling when she was melting, as her Roman nose and her Walkman was melting. I don't know, man. That's what I think. That's what's been on my mind this week. I was going to do this with Hypercam 2, but it actually looks so bad. And I don't think... I wanted to, like... It was going to be like a funny joke if I started doing these videos. If the quality just got worse and worse, I thought it would be funny, but it's probably not. Yeah. So, if you're an artist or you want to be, fuck the, I don't know anything about making a living with it yet. Maybe I never will. But in terms of fulfillment, you cannot believe that you're not ready to do what you want to do. Because if you believe that, you'll never be. You'll never believe it. So you gotta start doing what you want to do. And also, if you believe that ideas are a blessing, then it's a really easy way of detaching yourself from who you are. So when you're like, if you don't have outcome independence and you're beating yourself up for the things you create, and you're like, oh, I'm so fucking bad. That's just so bad. I just hate it. If you redirect that belief, or you redirect that energy into the idea itself, then you inevitably get better that way. Because, you know, the fucking monks or whatever, they talk about selflessness and stuff. That is really, I'm not happy, but that is a good way of getting there. Because we live in such a selfish world now. I mean, even this is selfish. Like, I'm expecting people to listen to me. I don't know why. I could just be making this video for myself, but then what's the fucking point? But that is a really good way of going about life. Just truly believing that who you are and what you do is like completely separate. You know, like as an artist, that's really hard to say, I think, because you want to attach your entire soul to what you create, because it inherently is you. It's like it's your creations are like a million micro decisions combined into like one fucking JPEG or paper. And to not attach that to who you are or your soul or your personality, it's like really hard. But you're not going to get anywhere if you do that, because you're just going to be you're going to be more focused on yourself than the fucking art. And I don't know. That's really interesting. I don't know, man. 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 Yeah. That's about it. I think I'm on the brink of really pinpointing what it is. And what I want to do now isn't what I'm going to be doing in 10 years. Like, our interests fluctuate, but I think finding a way to envision what is in your head is like the most important thing. And I feel like I'm on the precipice of that, you know, because the art I'm making now is fulfilling, but it's not like there's still, maybe it'll always be this way. I really don't know, but it just feels like there's one step. There's just like that tiny little distance from there's just that tiny gap between me and what I want to make that I feel like is just right there, and I can't touch it, man. I can't touch it. Yeah, I hope I can find that soon, but maybe not. Maybe I'll never find it. Maybe that keeps the aura of the artist alive if what he wants to do is always like one step ahead of him.